Hi dear friends, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing great. So let's start with the part 2 video of chapter number 12, What If It Finishes. So this is the part 2 video and I hope you have seen the part 1 video. I also made it and let's start. So we did till here and now this find out and write how much oil scooter, car and tractor uses. So how much petrol or diesel can be filled at a time in a scooter? So it can fill 10 liter of petrol. It's 10 liter. Then how much petrol can be filled or diesel can be filled in a car is 40 to 50 40 to 60 liter. 40 to 60 liter. And how much a tractor can fill at a time? So it can fill up to 40 to 50 liters. Okay, then what's the mileage or how far it can go from 1 liter of petrol or diesel? So a scooter can go up to 10 to 50 kilometer in 10 liter, and 15 to 20 kilometer can be gone through a car, and 10 to 12 kilometer by a tractor. Okay, so again I'm repeating, 10 liter petrol or diesel can be filled at a time in a scooter, 40 to 60 liter petrol or diesel can be filled in a car, and 40 to 50 liter of petrol or diesel can be filled at a time in a tractor. And 40 to 50 kilometer we can go on a scooter, 15 to 20 kilometer we can go on a car, and 10 to 12 kilometer we can go on a tractor. So moving forward, this is basically a given table of the rates of the petrol are different in each city, and the rate of the petrol and diesel in Delhi are given here. Look at the table and answer the questions. So here is a table given to you, and in this particular table you can see that there are there are 4 categories. One is of oil, second rate of liter on 2002, rate of 1 liter in 2007, rate of 1 liter in 2014, and rate of 1 liter in 2017. So here the rate of petrol is 29.91 in to 29.91 rupees in 2002, and 43.52 rupees in 2007, and 67.86 rupees in 2014, and 64.91 rupees in 2017. The rate of diesel was 18.91 in 2002, 30.48 in 2007, 58.97 in 2014, and 54.70 in 2017. Next, in 2014 as compared to 2007, the rate of petrol went up by dash rupees, the rate of diesel increased by dash rupees. So here these questions are for your homework, and basically this whole page is as your homework, as this is really very easy to do and you can also do it at your own. Okay, so this whole part is your homework, and in the next upcoming video we are gonna discuss it out. Okay, next, here one poster is given to you. That in this particular poster, what is it telling is save fuel, make it a habit. Okay, so for dry cleaning, for dry cleaning is this, and then for lightning is the lamp. As petrol, diesel or aeroplane fuel, this used aeroplane, tractor and car. Here for making plastic and paints, to run machines as kerosene and LPG. So in this particular poster, what are we getting to know is that we should save fuel and we should make it our daily habit. We should do it on daily basis. And there are numerous ways in which fuel is being wasted and we are also using it. Okay, so let's move forward. Here, see the poster and write where all is oil used and where is diesel used, and let's find out, and let's have the solution for it. So here is the solution for the questions. Oil is used as fuel for vehicles for cooking food, lighting, dry cleaning, to run machines and make plastic and paints. And this answer is basically given on your poster and you can write from there as well, or you can have the answer that I am telling to you. Where diesel used? Find out. Diesel is used to run cars, buses, trucks, tractors, trains and generators. Beside, it is also used to run machines in factories. So diesel is basically used to run the cars that are working on the road, buses, trucks, tractors, trains and many more. And generators are also generated from the diesel only. And beside, it is also used to run the machines in the factories. Okay, let's move back. Now what's on the next is on page number 117. So here is a poem written by Divya, and she read out to her friends, and now you have to read it out and discuss. So what does it mean? I'm not gonna read it out, but I can tell you that this basically poem is written on petrol. As you can see that here is a yellow colored drop. It is, what is it? Diesel, or you can say fuel. It's a fuel. Okay, next, think and discuss. So what you have to think is that what would happen if you don't get petrol or diesel for a week in your village or town. Suggest some ways to save oil. So let's see the solution. So here is the answer key for this, and here the question is, what would happen if you don't get petrol or diesel for a week in your village or town. So if we don't get petrol or diesel for a week in our area, life will come to a standstill and the crisis would badly affect the transport system. Machines used in the factories and agriculture works will also become non-functional. We will not be able to get electricity from generators either. In other words, life will be messed up. So let me explain you what is written in the answer is that if you don't get petrol or diesel for a week in your area, so the life will be coming us to a standstill position, and the crisis would badly affect the transporting system, and people wouldn't be able to transport from one place to another. Machines used in the factories and agriculture work will also be stopped, and we would not be able to get electricity from generators either. And you may also connect that in this scorching summer, it is really very impossible to live without electricity. And for those who are working, who are living in ACs, fans, coolers, etc., and it's really very difficult to live without electricity. And in another words, you can also say that we would be messed up with life. Okay, now next answer. Suggest some ways to save oil. So, following measures would be taken to save oil. In place of using personal vehicles, we should use a public transport system like buses, trains, or metro trains, etc. We should prefer walking on foot or using bicycle. So, what this following means is that in place of using personal vehicles, we should prefer using public transport systems, which are commonly buses, trains, or metro trains. So if we would have transportation from the buses and trains, metro trains, so the fuel would be used but in a less quantity, as if we would travel from personal vehicles, or all the people travel from personal vehicles, so the use of petrol will be in a high amount. Okay, here what is, we should keep our vehicle switched off on red light. So the ad is also coming that you should keep your vehicles turned off when you are standing on the red light, and you can turn on green light when it turns green. And then we should utilize solar energy for different purposes. So people have grown up and the technology need is also being grown, so people are using solar energy from the sun, and they are using solar panels, so we can also utilize it for the different purposes. So now your next topic is wood for chulha. So in when you travel out to the village area, so you would be able to see that the particularly to Haryana and Punjab, so you may see women working on the chulha. And you know what's chulha? Chulha is a particular thing on which the chapatis and sabjis are being made, and it is made from mud, and it uses wood just like I am making. So it includes wood to burn, and it's just like a flame that starts in your kitchen, but there is not an LPG or cylindrical connection to it. So basically chulha is a type of thing which is made from the mud, and or also it is made from the cow dung. So let's have a look what is written in your book. So Durga lives in a village in Haryana. Every day she spends many hours collecting wood for the chulha stove. Her daughter also has to help her in this. For the past 3 months she has a cough. There is a lot of smoke when damp wood is burned, but Durga does not have any other option. When there is not enough money to buy food, where will there be money to buy wood? So there is a woman named Durga who lives in a village of Haryana, and every day she spends many hours to collect wood for the chulha or the stove. Her daughter also helps her in the work, and for the past 3 months she is having cough, and she is caught with a cough, and there is a lot of smoke which comes from the wood when it is burned, but Durga does not have any other option, so she continues doing it. And when there is not enough money to buy food, there is how will there be money to buy the wood? So now here is a discussed questions for you. So there are 5 questions. Have you ever collected dry wood or made cow dung cakes? How are they made? Do you know anyone who collects dry wood or leaves to be used for lighting a chulha? Who cooks food in your family? What about other families in your area? So let's have a glimpse of answer. So here is the answer key. So have you ever collected dry wood, or it's wood, not wool, wood, or made cow dung cakes? How are they made? So yes, once I have collected dry wood and also made cow dung cakes. To make cow dung cakes, balls of cow dung are made and then these are flattened to make round and flat surfaces. After that, these are dried up in the sun. So you can write your perspective, or if you have, so you can write this answer, and if you have not, so you can write no. And for the answer, how are they made, so you can write to make cow dung cakes balls. So if you have not, so you are gonna write no, and then you are gonna start the second answer with this: to make cow dung cakes balls of are made and then these are flattened to make round and flat surfaces. After these are dried up in the sun. Okay, next question. Do you know anyone who collects dry wood or leaves to be used for lighting? So yes, I know a few people living in my village who collects dry woods or leaves for fuel. So this is the answer. Next, who cooks food in your family? What about other families in your area? So my mother cooks food in my family. In other families in my area, the ladies or servants cook food. If they cook food using wood or upla, what difficulties do they face due to smoke? The people who cook food using wood or upla may suffer from problems like coughing, nausea, headache, and lung diseases. Next question, the last one. Can Durga use anything else instead of wood? Why not? Since Durga is poor, she is unable to use anything else instead of wood. Now let's come back to the topic here. Here we go. Today about 2/3 people in our country use uple, wood and dried twigs, etc. These are used not only for cooking food but also for keeping warm, for heat, water, and for lighting. Many other things are used for all activities at home: kerosene, LPG, coal, electricity, etc. Kancha had seen a bar chart in a book. The chart shows the number of houses out of 100 that use each type of fuel. It shows the use of which fuel has increased and which fuel has decreased over the past 20 years. So here is a bar chart, change in fuel use over 20 years. So here, in the year 1976, out of 100, how many houses use uple and wood? Which was the fuel used the least in 1976? In 1976, LPG and kerosene were used in dash houses, and in 1996, this increased to dash. This means that in 20 years, their use increased by dash percent. So let's have the answer. So here is the answer. In the year 1976, out of 100, 84 houses were used uple and wood, and coal was the fuel used the least in the 1976. And in 1976, LPG and kerosene were used in 10 houses, and in 1996, this increased to 18. This means that in the 20 years, their use increased by 80%. Now, so this is the last one. So out of 100, how many houses were using electricity in 1996? Which fuel was used the least in 1996? What percentage of houses used? So here's the answer. Out of 100, how many houses were using electricity in 1996? So in 75 houses. Which fuel was used the least in the 1996, and in 1976 it was used in what percentage of houses? So coal was used the least in the 1996, and in 1976 it was used in 5% of houses. Okay. Now here is find out from your elders. So you have to find out from your elders when they were young, what was then used to cook food at home. In the past 10 years, use of which cooking fuel has increased in your area, use of which fuel has decreased. Guess the use of which fuel would increase and which decrease in the next 10 years. So here's the answer. When they were young, what was then used to cook food at home? So when they were young, coal, wood, upla were used to cook food at home. In the past 10 years, use of which cooking fuel is increased in your area, use of which fuel has decreased. So in the past 10 years, use of electricity and LPG has increased, while use of wood, upla, coal, electricity has decreased. So etc. So guess the use of which fuel increase and which would decrease in the next 10 years. So I guess in the next 10 years, use of electricity and LPG would increase, while that of wood, coal and upla will decrease. So here is the last thing that we are gonna study in this chapter. So what we have learned: imagine that a company has given you a chance to design a new vehicle like a mini bus. What kind of vehicle would you design? Write about it, draw a picture and color it. While making the design, who did you plan to take care of? Old people, children, those who can't see. Look out for news reports on oil. Cut these and make a collage. Put up a chart in your classroom. Also write your own views on these news reports. Make a poster with a message on saving fuel. Write a slogan too. Where would you like to put up this poster? So let's have the answer. So here's the answers. So imagine that a company has given you a chance to design a new vehicle like a mini bus. What kind of vehicle would you design? Write about it, draw a picture and color it. So I will design a bus which is environmental friendly, highly fuel efficient and especially designed keeping in view that need of handicapped children and elder person. So here is a picture for that. You may write your own perspective that what do you want. While making design, what did you plan to take care of? Old people, low floor, special arrangement of seats near the doors. Children, low floor, closed door. Those who can't see, low floor, closed door and special arrangements of seat near the doors. Okay. Next. So this was completed and I hope you learned something new from today's video. So if you like the video, so kindly like it, and if you didn't like it, so you can do dislike and kindly subscribe out to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. We'll meet in the next video.